So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our video of Mars in the 8th house in the sign of Cancer for Sagittarius ascendant people. As in, what happens when Mars is in the 8th house, okay, in Cancer, while it's ruling the 12th house and the 5th house. And as always, if you do not know if you have this particular position, what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in, along with all your selected details, for that, check out the links here, astrology.com, where you'll find my books, reports, consultations, and link to my academy, Kapiel Astrology Academy, where I am uploading all the information on wristwatch and wealth, but especially I also upload it on Vastu of smartphone. Okay, Vastu of smartphone. So, and this is something, I learned from my teacher. One of the best teachers actually out there ever, which I'm going to show you and introduce you to this person soon enough, later on. I've actually sent them an email. I've sent them email twice and they haven't replied, so I don't know. Maybe they're not interested. Who knows? So, anyway, Mars in the 8th house in Cancer. All right. So, what is the 8th house, right? First of all, 8th house, many will say it's a house of secrecy. It's a dark house. It's not a dark house because it is a house where sun is still above the horizon. It's just everything is like kind of still bright, but it's actually very beautiful. It's the golden hour. Remember, 8th house is the golden hour. It's where everything looks serene and mystical and mysterious. Remember that. It's not something that I'm just making this up. You go outside an hour before the sunset. See how the shadow is. This is why in Hollywood, most of the scenes, including me, when I shoot movies, I will always shoot movies and scenes at a golden hour. That's like rule 101 to make your footage look, cinematic. Because that golden shadow, which no light can replicate. To this day, I have not seen a single light that can replicate a golden hour light of the sun. And that's the most mystical time. It's the most peaceful time, because it's the time you're getting off work, right? Out of hard day of work, you're finally just in a mode of just untying your shoe, right? And the thing is, it's not a house of secrecy. 8th house is a house of depth. 8th house is a house of depth. Because if you look from the natural zodiac, 6th house, which is Virgo, naturally represents Earth. Okay? And then from Earth, because Mercury is also is one of the Bhumi Putras along with Mars. And then we go into the house of Venus, which is 7th house, which is what? Jala Tattva. It's not about air signs and water signs being in the 7th. No, it's Jala Tattva. Because its original controller is Venus. So what happens from land? You go to the beach. And from the beach, what happens? When you go underwater on a beach, you'll keep going down, 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 down into the depth, and you will reach Mariana Trench, where 90% of the secrets are hidden underneath the ocean. This is why 8th house is that. And 8th house is a very important house. Because everybody who takes astrological consultations, everybody who feels like, when will I just become this, right? You're doing IT, softwares, doctor, surgeon, and you have to be so honest with yourself, cruelly honest, that I'm doing these surgeries because each surgery I'm making $700,000 as a surgeon. Yes, the saving lives part is good for social media. It's good for kind of convincing yourself, but in depth, you wouldn't do surgery unless there was this big money involved. Very rarely you'll find someone who will do surgery for free or at a very low point, especially with the amount of time they have spent. And that is the beauty of truth. It sets you free. Yes, Like, for example, when people say, oh, well, you're supposed to be doing dharmic duty as a Jyotish, you should do it for free. Oh, of course, I'm here at your service 24/7, and I don't have my own bills to pay. I don't have my own life. I'm just here to serve you for free. No, that's not my truth. And nobody will be that honest. And especially, of course, about this thing, there has to be an exchange of energy. If not, the astrologer will take on karmas of the person that they're looking the charts for. And unless that person is like a celibate, they cannot just do reading for free. But anyway, I'm digressing. Where were we? We were in the 8th house. So when you go to an astrologer, you're looking for them to say something that transforms your life, changes your life. That is what this whole wanting to go to astrologer and find out, when will I get the money? When will I get the big money? Do I have the big money, right? When does that big money come in from the stage that you're at? There has to be a complete transformation, complete change. Otherwise, nothing can happen. There has to be some complete death of something and rebirth of something. And this is where you have Mars that actually becomes strong in this house. The sign of Cancer doesn't mean it's debilitated. Sign of Cancer is showing the circumstances around it, meaning this person will be supporting very emotional people around them. This person will be dealing with a lot of emotional turmoil of the in-laws, emotional turmoil within the marriage. They themselves don't have to be emotionally withdrawn. They will be very strong. Why? Because here Mars, this is where Mars actually feels more powerful. You know why? Because a soldier always feels strong when he's camouflaged, when he's disguised from, just being out in the open versus hiding in the trees and looking like the trees. This is that 8th house. So Mars is strong here. The sign of Cancer is just showing what Mars is going to be surrounded with, what is going to be dealing with it. So here, one thing you will see with the 8th house, especially in a female's chart, your spouse is going to be extremely secretive about everything. They're going to be very secretive of what's happening in the marriage. They will always tell you, hey, don't say anything about my promotion. Don't say anything about, that we just got this particular home and flat. And don't say anything about this or that. Why? Because they feel like that soldier. Because the more people know about them, the more vulnerable they become. So in a female chart, younger brother you can say, but main thing is the husband. That's what matters, right? That's what we're looking at this whole energy for. Because at one point you're going to be separated from your brother. Whether you live by yourself and you're single, or you are most of the time getting married and going to the spouse's home. At the same time, this is also the house where you can deal with conspiracies and controversies, okay, related to investments, related to inheritance, related to even donations. Let's say, for example, you gave a donation to some person or to some company. And now suddenly that company turns out to be a complete scam. And then your name is out there that, they were donating to this particular place or this particular thing. Even though it's not a big deal, because, hey, you can just say, I didn't know. But it's that controversy you just dealt with. Or, for example, the investments you make may suddenly put you into controversies and conspiracies from your in-laws and family. Like, why would you do this? How come you didn't take our suggestion? And how come you didn't consult this person? Are you trying to hide something? And then you have to not defend yourself. You know why I'm saying this? Because I have seen readings like this. This is like the daily things that I'm telling you from this thing. It's not in the books. Why? Because books doesn't mean anything anymore. It's when you do the reading and you're hearing the problems and you're seeing why this problem is occurring. and then you're like, oh, this is a buy. Of course, this problem is going to occur. Okay. But also, you will see with Mars in the 8th house. You know those people who become extreme bhakt of Hanuman, or who say, Hanuman saved me. Hanuman did this. Hanuman Chalisa did this for me. They are those people. Why? Because 8th house is a house of miracles. It's the house of miracles. It's a house of transformation. What is miracle? Miracle is something that is unexplainable, and it has somehow made you a different person. Like Christ coming in front of you in his life figure, and you're like completely changed. Right? So with this particular Mars, you will see people who actually get transformed through anything connected with Mars, whether you even worship Narsimha, Hanuman, okay? You can even say one of the forms of Shiva is even connected with Mars. I forgot the name. It's not Kal Bhairava, it's something else. But regardless, because this planet is here to show you miracles, but it's going to show you miracles through his thing. You will see such people, they do excellent, like especially in terms of your spouse as a female, or if you're a male, then your brother. Okay, otherwise, unless you are in this industry, then it applies to you as well. If you go into research and development, right? Like for example, I don't know what kind of a R&D Apple has. I would fire their entire team right now because they are just not innovative anymore. Like seriously, I'm telling you, if Tim Cook ever watches this, just make me the CEO of Apple, and I guarantee you I will bring Apple back to its prestigious days of 2007 when iPhone was released. Like I know I have these ideas. I'm like, this is how the next thing of the phone will be. But now, from 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, it's all the same. Why? Because Mars in the 8th house person will bring the best ideas for R&D, research and development. Like, okay, let's say we're working on iPhone 17 now. And this person will be like, listen, if we do this, this, and this, forget about folding the phone. You can fold the phone 4 times over and put it in your pocket, or you can smoosh it and nothing will happen. And also this phone will do this. Oh, boom. You see, but the only way to recognize that, if somebody like Steve Jobs was there to recognize that simplicity and that geniusness, because these are the people that are very good at developing things, especially in technology, engineering, oil, petroleum. Because first of all, also oil, petroleum, because the sign of water is there. But also Cancer. Cancer is the most scientific sign you will see. Why? Why is Cancer a scientific sign? Most people say Scorpio and Aquarius and Aries and maybe even like Gemini. I'm sorry, were you born from the hands of your mother? Were you born from the knees of your mother? No, you were born from the womb of your mother. You being in that womb, Cancer, and from a single microscopic thing, it created Kapiel Raaj. Okay? Isn't that the highest of scientific? Isn't that the highest of scientific zodiac signs? Unmatchable. So Cancer shows that unmatchable geniusness in technology, science, and AI. And this is where that person is able to gain their success through, if they go towards that field. Okay, we don't know which field you're going to go with Mars in the 8th house. Mars in the 8th house, you'll find a plumber. Mars in the 8th house, you'll find a soldier, actor, actress, gymnast. You'll make a cigar maker. I don't care. Find a profession. You'll find a cook with Mars in the 8th house. It's because Mars is doing its certain duty in the 8th house, which may not be connected with your profession. Unless, of course, when the time comes and a progressed Shani or a progressed planet comes over Mars, and now you have to deal with that 8th house Mars. But Mars here is able to take action to perform miracles. These are self-motivated people. They don't need motivation. from other people to be inspired. They're inspired because they want to, the Dhiya wants to change something. It wants to change something. The body's always feeling. See, Jupiter is your jiva, the prana, right? But that prana is existing in this physical body. And this physical body in the 8th house is looking to transform something. Now, on the bad way, a person can transform society by creating mass hysteria, mass murders, all those things. And I'm doing my in-depth research into this. Like I really am doing, wanting to know what makes a person commit really heinous crimes versus a normal person. And I think I'm getting that clue. Very, very strong clue. But anyway, this is my analysis of Mars in the 8th house for Sagittarius ascendant people. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below so you don't miss these type of videos. If you want to know everything about your Mars, everything about wealth, wristwatch, consultations, check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.